topics and opinions expressed on the following show are solely those of the hosts and their guests and not those of W4WN Radio, its employees, or affiliates. We make no recommendations or endorsements for radio show programs, services, or products mentioned on air or on our web. No liability, explicit or implied, shall be extended to W4WN Radio, its employees, or affiliates. Any questions or comments should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for choosing W4WN Radio.
Are you ready to take a journey? Let's connect with the healers of the world. It's that time. It's time for the Language of Healing on W4WN Radio and Talk 4 TV. Now here's your host, Dr. Nicole Fortin.
Hey everybody, here we are on the Language of Healing. And it's beginning of February. It's freezing if you're in a cold environment. We're really going through it right now. But this time is a good moment to stop and hope for some spring and warmer weather. And, it's like time to think about the seeds that we're planting, where we're going when things get active again. I feel like the itch a little bit. Maybe you can relate, after the hustle and bustle of Christmas and the New Year. And now it's like, what do we do with the time? What's time? And how are we doing it? What are we, how are we filling our moments, our sweet moments of time? And this conversation, I think today I wanted to have around like how we do time and seeing that there's other ways people are doing and living in other, like operating in different ways. And this can help us in conflict resolution or like really appreciating where someone else is coming from. And a little bit of perspective is illuminating and enlightening and beneficial for everybody. And so I do have some guests today with us. We're going to have some fun with them in this conversation of time and timeless legends, timeless classics, the things that form us and mold us, shape our reality and who we are as people and how we express ourselves in the world. All of that has an influence and an impact, from movies to music to stories, experiences, the people that you meet, the things that you try and the do, like sports and, intellectual things. So there's a realm of possibility out there, and how we manage our time and use it is matters. So let's reflect, or just like take some time to inspire some inspiration in what's next for you, what's possible. Maybe you want to shed those old habits. This is also the time of the snake. The new year just rolled over and it's spring festival. So it's embracing this like new budding environment and what you want to see for yourself. So let's bring on our guests. We have Andy and Tim from the Sultans of Slack, who are badass rock and rollers, podcasters, shares, and just some cool people. Thanks for joining today.
Thanks, Nicole. We're so happy to be here. Oh my gosh, you can't even handle it.
I know
you cut out. What'd you say?
Oh, can you hear me? Are we good?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
I saw Nicole's mouth moving and not words coming out.
Oh yeah, she mimes a lot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's just like a constant murmur, not really saying anything, just adding
words.
Talent
that, she showed us it. Which one was it? Rocklahoma?
Yeah.
Did you like
Rocklahoma.
that? Uh-oh. Yeah.
I have two things for you.
Okay.
You're a doctor?
Doctor of acupuncture.
You just weren't going to tell us that, I guess.
We knew that. Hold on. Sorry.
We
Nicole,
knew that.
Let me apologize for Andy. We knew that. We had this conversation at Rocklahoma.
My back was basically broken and no one told me anything about a doctor at Rocklahoma.
Yeah, I asked if she brought her needles, but it's fine.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, actually,
it's true. Good memory, Tim.
I'm a liar. You did something with my hand, I think.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I think I did.
Acupuncture.
Hey? Oh, that was maybe at Aftershock or
Aftershock.
Something.
You didn't tell me about the doctor
something
thing,
like
I don't think. And then the second thing you didn't tell me about is how good you are at this.
Yeah.
Oh.
That was
awesome.
At
what? At poking people. Yeah.
Yeah. Making us look bad.
Oh my gosh, no way, you guys.
Thanks
I know. Yeah. I think that, I really enjoy traveling and like all these new experiences. And we met in an experience like around music and festivals, and which is another, like passion of mine that I love to travel for, combining all of that. But meeting some enlivening characters is always a bonus. It's like the cherry on top. It's what makes an experience. It's like not so much where you're going, it's like the people you interact with and like-minded motivators.
I love that. Metal festivals are perfect for this sort of thing. What I love about them is that we all kind of love the same kind of music, but if you go to a metal festival, you will see people that are dressed like a cowboy, all the way to people that are dressed like an imp, to people that are dressed like a clown. Like when you go to a country festival, it's like mostly dudes. They ride up on their horse, they check their pistol in at the door, type of a thing. But metal, you never know what to expect when you go to big festivals like that. So when we were at Rocklahoma, we saw, and we were part of it. By the way, we were part of it. We ran around in a Sasquatch suit for hours. Right.
Yeah, there was a stormtrooper. I remember seeing a stormtrooper.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other thing people like to wear at Rocklahoma is nothing.
Yes. Yes.
That's
Scantily clad. Yes.
Yes. There's a whole nother experience and culture at Rocklahoma that is yet to be matched.
Yeah.
Which
we've been trying to tell everybody to go if you haven't, because it is an experience.
Yeah. Yes, the people are just open and they're just expressing their side. It's like you said, Tim, like, you can just show up however you want. And maybe you like to, not wear much in that hot, sticky heat environment.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's not like full nudity, but you did see, you probably saw like a few more, Sasquatch nuts than I wanted to.
Sasquatch nuts.
Hold on, I think we were at a different thing. I don't remember.
Can I tell you a funny Sasquatch story about Tim real fast?
Okay. Yeah.
So I'll make it as quick as possible. But we were running around out, and he was in the Sasquatch suit. We were running around. I can't even. Oh, we were actually doing something with Monster Energy, and then Tim, after he does, it was a guitar. It was an air guitar competition. He does this in the Sasquatch suit, and then he's like, he tells me though, once I'm done, I'm just gonna run. I'm like, all right. And I have the camera. I'm trying to film this, and he finishes like the air guitar solo, and then just beelines for like
full on sprint
for the media area. But my short legs are trying to keep up. Well, I get back in there, and the radio station out of Tulsa, like the biggest rock station in Tulsa, basically pulls Tim into the little booth, and they're interviewing him, and I come like hobbling in there after trying to keep up with Tim, and they start doing the interview, and Tim never breaks Bigfoot. Like, they start asking him questions as if he's a Bigfoot, and he never breaks Bigfoot character for like a 30-minute interview.
Not one time. Yeah.
The most hilarious thing I've ever seen, but he never like mentions our podcast, nothing, right?
Yeah.
Not one time, because he's not in a podcast. He's a Bigfoot, apparently.
This could have been big for our podcast at the time.
Yeah, it could have been helpful, at least.
It could have been super helpful, because we're all, listen, we're always looking for followers, always trying to get our content out there. And so for whatever reason, my brain never switched out of Sasquatch mode. The funny thing is that the air guitar thing, I didn't even say a word. So I think I had channeled that, and I was Sasquatch at that point. I just kind of
full character. And then they asked me, and there was
a point trying to get you to break character too.
Yeah, and I never did.
He was being so stubborn. Just I'm a Sasquatch.
So but Sasquatch Bigfoot, he likes showing up to metal festivals. Hey, is that his jam?
Right now it is. Yeah, he's really kind of timeless, and so I think he's just
he is a timeless. Totally. And or the Yeti. I don't know if we have Yetis here. We might up in the northern parts here, but
I think you got to cross. Yeah, you're in Canada.
Yeah. I think the Yeti's more like the Himalayas, right?
Yeah.
It's like
he can swim though. I think I'm pretty sure.
Who?
Both All of them.
I don't think so.
Anthropologists
have never proven that. I think
I did see that there was a recent sighting of Sasquatch again.
I
don't know.
I mean,
yeah.
So
again.
we live in a small town in Idaho. Well, it's not a teeny town. It's however many thousand people. We have a college here though, and in that college we have the leading anthropologist of Bigfoot in the world, and so that Bigfoot sort of Sasquatch culture is kind of all over the place around here. With that comes more sightings, right? But the funny thing is this guy doesn't say. Listen,
the thing is I can see on her face she thinks you're full of shit. But
no, I don't. I believe. I think I believe like
half the things.
Why not? Why not?
This is real.
Why can't there be an interdimensional being out there that comes in and out of this, reality?
He visits me in my dreams.
I agree. And the guy is like, he's like, I don't necessarily, the doctor guy, the anthropologist, he's like, I don't necessarily believe in Sasquatch. I just gather all the data, right? So he's been gathering data. Oops, it's not something over. He's been gathering data about Sasquatch. And so if you ever have any Sasquatch questions, Idaho State University is the forefront of that current study. But for now, I don't think that Yetis can swim. I think that that's wrong information that Andy gave you. And so,
dude, look at no.
The data does not support that.
They're built just like Michael Phelps, but just a little
less hairy. Michael Phelps is less hairy.
A little more weight, but
I'm actually. Oh wow, that actually makes a lot of sense to me. Honestly,
yeah.
There's no way. Yeah. Sorry about this. By the way, this is what happens if anybody that watches our content knows that this is generally what you're getting, right?
And that hair, it wicks away the moisture. I'm sure, like
a duck.
Yeah, increasing speed.
Well, he probably would be more like polar bear variety, right? Like with they have the special coating hair, or like I don't know the exact technical term.
Well, listen, the polar bear's hair is clear, but their skin is black. Did you know this?
Yeah, that's right. That's what it is.
And so they have their own little greenhouse.
But isn't it like repellent? It's like its own.
Yep. Oh, wow.
Yeah. Did you know that? You know that?
No,
Andy?
I didn't know that.
Well, there you go.
That polar bears are like
the doctor knew. I'm just saying the doctor knew.
I don't know. I mean, I live in an area. I also just saw that if eating polar bear, like liver, can make you extremely sick because it's so high in vitamin A content.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
all I can say is I've never ran into that with eating polar bear liver.
Yeah, I know. We don't really have. I mean, I'm in Calgary. We're just like 3 hours north of the border to Montana.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. So you're probably not super close to a polar bear, but you're closer than us. You're way closer than us.
Yeah. And obviously, the majority of people are living more south here. The polar bear, polar bears are way up there. Yeah, it's good terrain for them. Same with maybe the possible Yeti that or Bigfoot or whatever.
Yeah. I just think they're the same species. This is just my opinion. I just think they're the same species. It's just where they end up. So
yeah.
You know what I mean? So Yeti above a certain longitude line, I'm sure it's just referred to as a Yeti. I don't know either.
No, Andy. It's just play.
It's just play.
Okay. So I have a question. Okay, we're gonna play with time a little bit. Okay. So this is a question for everybody, and everyone can answer. But okay, what bothers you most, being late or others being late?
Oh.
And I'll answer first. I think that what bothers me most is being late, because it's like keeping other people waiting. And if someone's late on my end, like I can use that time for, to carry on with whatever else I have going on, So that bothers me most.
I agree with you. You and I are in the same boat. I don't like to be 15 minutes late. I like to be 15 minutes early. But I don't really care. Yeah, I don't really care if people. I mean, if it's 2 hours, maybe. But
yeah,
I always. Oh wow, that's an interesting perspective. I think maybe sometimes I might value other people's time more than my own, And so I find that I like to be there a little bit early just to make sure that I'm not the one that's holding something up, or that I'm considered to be the polite person, or so I'm like a real 10 or 15 minutes early kind of person for sure.
Nice. All right, Andy?
I'm actually grappling with this one in my head still.
Yeah, what bothers you most? Like being late or others?
It's not that
late?
I'm mad at people for being late though. It's almost the opposite. It's like when you're a little kid and an hour seems like all day, and then it finally gets there, and then it doesn't get to happen. And I'm like, I was excited for that to happen. Now what do I do? I don't know. I still think I'm with you guys. Barely, though.
Okay.
Andy doesn't really think in the same terms as us. You'll find me. Yeah. I have to do a lot of translating with Andy's thought process. Probably CTE or something from football. I mean, he's got some stuff going on like that. Probably skiing.
You're his support animal. You're his support Sasquatch.
Yeah, I'm a support animal. We've made an agreement that there's no petting allowed, but I will be able to use my words. And so there's definitely some.
When he gets in that suit, that's when I feel comfortable. Like I can express myself. I will say I'm the type of personality that I don't decide what to eat like at the restaurant until the waiter's there. Yeah. So it's the same thing right now. Like I'm not going to make this decision. Like I'll email you in a week with my answer about this.
So that's like maybe what makes you the Sultans of Slack. You know,
maybe
it's like, the purposeful slacking.
100%.
Yeah. A little, until like it's that last minute decision. I think that is a strategy for some.
It's a strategy. Okay, so I like that. Thank you. She's right. Tim, she's right.
No, I don't like that.
It's strategic.
But here's the thing is like we all do time differently. We all have a different perception, and then the conflicts come when it's like someone sees it A, B, and someone sees it like zigzag, and then what do you do?
What you're doing, it feels like it's helping Andy, but really what it's doing is it's hurting me, right? Because I need Andy to not be in that frame of mind. I'm going to give you an example. So we were going, where were we going? Or maybe you were just going somewhere. And you were going.
I go a lot, dude.
You were going to Sacramento. Hold on. Andy just saw you at. He saw you.
Yeah. You missed it. Yeah.
Exactly. No, exactly right. Andy was sitting at the airport doing something on his laptop or something like that, and then I was
researching all the bands and writing questions.
Yeah, okay.
Work.
He was researching all the bands and writing questions.
I was working,
but in the middle of it, it dawns on him that you would miss your flight by like how long? When did it dawn on you?
Minutes. It was very like they had just locked the door.
Like next to the gate, though, right? Like you're next to the gate.
Well, yeah. So I went into my gate, and there wasn't any seats. So I went like around the wall. That was all open seats. So I just like kicked back.
This should answer your question, Nicole. Does that sound like somebody that's really worried about being 15 minutes early when he is like 4 feet from his gate and he just is looking at his laptop and then he is not worried
I miss
about
a flight.
And he misses a It's like the funny part is that he misses the direct flight, right? The direct flight to Sacramento. So then he has to take a flight through Denver and then sit there forever in Denver and then take a flight from Denver to Sacramento. So Andy doesn't really explain that well. I have to use real world examples as to why he's bonkers sometimes.
The positive to all that is there's not a positive. I drank some beer in the Denver airport. That was cool.
See, this is the perfect. I think you guys are the perfect paradox of time.
Yeah.
We've got the in time person and the through time person. Yep. Like in time, just like enjoying the moment and just like taking it in. Yeah. And the through time is like, this is the plan. Both states are good, but that can be conflicting. It's kind of funny, actually. Somehow you guys came together to be doing this project and.
You know how we came together?
How?
Our grandparents had sex.
Oh yeah. I was just gonna say, aren't you guys? Yeah, family.
Yep.
That's a weird way to put that, I know, but it's
Yeah.
it's the most fun way to put that.
We're first cousins. Our moms are sisters. Shout out to Janice and Brenda.
Cool. Nice.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hey,
Yeah.
mom and
Hello,
hey, mom and
moms.
Aunt Brenda.
They need they need one of those they need one of those celebrity names where you combine their names somehow.
Yeah. Jenda. Brandis.
Jenda or Brandis. Oh,
Brandis.
Brandis is better.
Yeah, I like Brandis. We'll bring that up at the next family meeting. Brandis. Yeah.
The next family meeting. Yeah. We have lots.
No, but back to your point real fast. So there's another.
Like, what are these guys talking?
Sorry, Nicole. There's another brief experience that kind of proves your point, because that's a really astute observation by you. Andy and I.
A good word.
Yeah, it was. Andy and I were at Aftershock 2023. Andy's a little bit hammered, right? I don't drink. Andy drinks. And so a lot of times I end up, I need to get a leash for him, like one of those like harnesses that like just backpack type of leash.
Where I can sit facing you in the front.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah. And
I like that idea.
Andy was living in the moment. He was living in the moment, and I was standing on the side of the road trying to find our Uber for the future, right? Because I'm future oriented. I want to get us back to the house or back to the hotel. I need to make sure that Andy gets tucked into bed. He has to do this bedtime story. It's weird, but so we get him. I'm sitting there and I'm on the Uber trying to find a ride, and I'm just looking down at my phone, and then I hear this kind of sort of crash behind me. And I turn around, and Andy had kind of leaned up against one of these barriers, like the that you see all over at concerts.
There's a barrier between the sidewalk and the river.
Yeah, there's
whatever that river is in Sacramento.
And like,
I don't know.
He leans up on it, and the river, so like it's down a really steep incline and then drops off into the river. And I turn around, and all I can see is Andy's feet dangling in the air because he leaned backwards on the thing. And had fallen down and was pinned underneath this barrier.
I was pinned upside down backwards. My arm was pinned underneath me, and done.
Oh my God. I was just like nap time.
I think that if I'd have left him there, he would have been in the same place in the morning. Like that's how pinned he was. And I considered it. I thought, if I can just get back to my hotel and get some rest, then I could deal with, Andy living in the moment versus me being a little bit more future oriented, right?
So yeah, what are some things that go through your mind at that moment? Like what is it that makes you decide, okay, I'm gonna go help him out? Just accept the way it is happening.
My mom would kill me, and his mom would kill me if I just left him there. Probably is the number one thing. The thought did come across my mind. No, it never comes across my mind. Andy and I have been sidekicks for since birth, probably. Andy's a year older than me, even though he looks younger than I am. But and so it was just kind of one of those funny situations that I knew I don't even get annoyed about it because I know that I just get to tell everybody that I know how big of an idiot that he is. He's not an idiot. He's like the smartest person I know. But
yeah,
we have an understanding.
We get together. And we both turn into idiots. So
yeah,
it's like your own little sideshow.
That's what's so fun.
Traveling sideshow from Idaho.
Oh my gosh, I like
that.
Look,
I wore my
right. Yeah, I know. That's that's a nice reminder.
Yeah,
of where you're from. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have any. Our neighbor.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, I mean, yeah, we kind of are. I know a lot of people that summer in Idaho. Yeah.
Like a little finger and
like
the bottom of Canada.
I didn't like that.
Oh, whoa,
no,
that was
no.
weird.
Yeah, that
felt weird.
We are just not fingering Canada.
Make your way in there.
The bathroom now.
I did not like that. That was
my belly hurt.
Yeah, that got weird. But just so we're aware, we love our neighbors to the north. We adore Canadians. Okay.
Yeah, not in a sexual way like that or whatever that was.
Yeah, that was weird. Sorry.
In a consensual way.
Yeah.
I mean, how could you not love like the landscape and the
the tariffs? We love
the tariffs.
We don't love the tariffs. We don't want to get into the tariffs. All right.
I don't know that this is the remember we're live. We love you, Canada. Yeah. We love you. That's all.
We love you.
Ditto.
We adore you, Canada.
We're all gonna survive and thrive here. We love making the best use of our time. What is that?
Potash. What is potash for
anyway?
That's like one of our main imports, exports.
Yeah.
From...
I feel like this is one of the things I've looked up a few times, and it's like, is that some sort of energy? I know I don't want to say because I'll probably be wrong.
That's okay.
And then the gremlins will come and destroy me.
I just thought maybe as a Canadian, you knew that off the top of your head.
You're making me look bad now.
Listen, we have some Canada related questions actually. If you,
I came with a whole thing of questions over here.
Just about Canada.
No, you didn't.
Yeah,
I didn't.
Oh boy.
No. I would never put you on the spot. I would never put you on the spot like that.
Okay, quick, fine. Figure out what potash is.
Who's your favorite Canadian? Justin Bieber?
I feel like she's not a believer. Are you a believer?
No,
Are you a believer?
Not the believer. I wouldn't. I would say that there's. Oh man, who else? I mean,
you have to choose one. This isn't like this is
that one rapper. What's that rapper?
Drake. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's like more common. I don't know. I grew up with like Mike Myers.
Oh, is he
Mike Myers? Yeah, Mike Myers. Yeah.
I didn't know
Just
that.
Loved him. Hilarious. I mean, I'm a big fan of Rush. They're my favorite kind of celebrity Canadians.
Rush. Yes,
right?
Of course.
Oh, yeah.
Rush is huge. I feel like isn't Sum 41 Canadian too?
Sum 41 is Canadian.
Yeah. Oh, they're my favorite Canadians so far.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're pretty. Avril Lavigne.
Avril.
I like Avril Lavigne. Avril Lavigne.
Do you believe in this stuff? What is it? They think
she's fake, or she's been replaced,
or something now. Yeah.
Oh wow, I haven't heard that. Heard that. Yeah. We also have the Tragically Hip. Legendary. Talk about like cultural relics. I think they will forever live in Canadian history.
I've never heard of that.
Honestly, I feel really bad. I feel really bad about that.
Yeah,
but I haven't heard about that either. Yeah.
Okay, it's a band.
What kind of music do they play?
Hip, obviously.
Like hip. Yeah. Tragically. So
tragically hip.
Yeah.
When you said tragically hip, I was thinking about how bad my lower back hurts.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking about.
Doctor. Oh yeah. I know. Yeah. So it's I studied Chinese medicine and acupuncture. And that system of healing. Well, something about me is I love to travel and explore like traditional healing methods. I love Western medicine and everything that our modern day and age has given us opportunity for. And I believe that we should keep a nice balance of like old and new and be rooted in some tradition. I think maybe Canada itself is such a, global, like there's lots of cultures and I think we're, as a young country, there's thousands of years of history that has its own tradition and medicine and ways, right? And then there's like a modern thing. So there's nothing really like solid Canadian. What would you think? It's like there are some aspects, but it's like pretty South Park. Canadian.
Is it?
It is.
Yeah, well, it's based in Canada.
It's like they blame Canada a lot. Yeah.
Or wait, is it based in Canada? No, it's in Colorado, but there's a Canada
like Casa Bonita, Yeah.
No, I really appreciate that viewpoint because people a lot of times get so wrapped up in whether or not something's allowed to be holistic or whether or not it's allowed to be more Western medicine style but I can appreciate the dialectic, right? That there's a middle path there, that some people feel better about something if it's a family tradition of healing that has worked for them forever, or culturally, some people actually feel better or heal better when it's something done by their culture versus the same thing done through a different cultural perspective. And so I really can appreciate the idea of like you taking the middle path on that. And I think everybody should a little bit, right?
Yeah. I think the root starts with our tribe, our our roots, It's like some of my favorite Canadians, I guess, would be like my ancestors. They're the ones that like pretty much, went through some intense times to move around and be nomadic. And like, I love the idea of being a nomadic now. But that was hard work.
Oh yeah.
It's like
it wasn't all that long ago. That's the part that always.
I know that's like really just like over 100. I think Canada's like 150 something years old.
Yeah,
Crazy.
Like how much harder
you know?
life was just a couple hundred years ago compared to
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
It always blows my mind to think about that.
Yeah.
They were tough humans back then.
Yeah, and like some of those qualities I think were really good for, you know, the like for man as a human species, you know,
Good for
have
health,
some tough,
probably.
like robust. Yeah, it's good for health, you know.
I want Ozempic now. Back then, you didn't need it.
Yeah.
Just
I looked at like
work the field.
Where I work, there's pictures of like people that were doing my job from the 1800s, and they were all like a fit. I don't know. You could just tell they were all like fit. They were all pretty skinny. They all ate better diets. I don't know. And then
homegrown
I look
food.
at the people I work with now, and I'm like, whew. Yeah, just kind of crazy. I don't know.
Yeah, it is kind of crazy. I heard a statistic. I think it was just like maybe Alberta or within Canada or something. But it was like just looked at the fire department firefighters, and like the majority of them are classified as obese, and which is like more population, like more percentage than like all of the population. So it's
really,
or was it RC or was it like police or something? Military.
It must be. Hold on, it must
military.
be police or maybe military. Maybe military.
Yeah.
I was going to say the firefighters. Really?
Tim can say that
yeah, not
'cause he used to be
firefighters.
a
Sorry.
cop.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, it must be.
But-
I always feel like firefighters just look like they should come out of a calendar, honestly. But I
Yeah.
don't know. You know, maybe there's not
100%.
that many fires to fight
Dude,
in Canada.
No, the problem is you've been looking at too
Every
many
day.
firefighter calendars. That's
I do. I have a subscription. It's not that weird. I just have 2 subscriptions. I have one. There's one that I really appreciate. It's called the Wet Hose, and then the other one is Jacob's Ladder 49. Those are my 2
Oh my
favorite calendars.
the wet hose.
Yeah, I subscribe. Those are fireman calendars.
That's gonna carry me through the day. The wet hose.
Yeah.
Just kidding. I don't do that. Don't Google those things.
It's all
I
for
don't know.
charity. It's all for charity, right?
Yeah.
So you're doing the
For
world
sure.
some good.
Yeah, if I
he's-
can.
He's
If I
just
could
donating
support
to the charity.
Yeah.
Yeah,
100%.
donate to the foundation, you know?
Yeah.
Keep
Yeah.
those hose
Wet.
wet.
Oh, no.
Oh my god.
Sorry about that.
What
That's
happened?
my
Oh my gosh.
fault. That's my
Yeah.
fault. I'm sorry.
Anyway, but the point
That
of
was
that
clever.
was, you know,
You know, Nicole
yeah.
surprises you. That's what I like about Nicole. And
Yeah.
we learned that
Yeah.
from hanging
Listen,
out with her at a couple.
If she ain't sticking a
yeah,
needle in you, she's getting you with a snappy quip, and that's
Mm.
something to be appreciated about Nicole for sure.
Mhm.
yeah, thanks guys. It's all for fun. All for fun. And because I think that the best medicine out there is laughter and being a little lighthearted. There's a lot of
Yeah.
seriousness in the world, and
Yeah.
I don't know, just laugh a little, you know,
a lot.
playful, laugh a lot.
I
That's
cried
what
a
I
lot
love.
right
That's
there.
what I appreciate about comedy, you know, comedy movies and getting together with friends and exploring
Yeah.
something new.
Oh my god,
I love
the wet
that.
hose.
Yeah. These are key tips to living a good and prosperous life.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. Plenty of
Yeah.
comedy. Because
And Ozempic. And
the Zempies. Yeah.
what's your favorite?
Yeah.
Who's your favorite like pharmaceutical company?
Oh my gosh. You know what's crazy?
I
is
like
used
Pfizer.
I used to be Johnson & Johnson, but I'm way more into Moderna than I used to be. Like
Oh,
their
really?
classics. Think about the Moderna classics there for a minute. I am way into that. Like Johnson &
Johnson
Johnson
&
just
Johnson
got
feels
so
a little
full
more-
of itself. Yeah.
Oh, you think?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know.
Because it used to feel like they were a little bit more like hardy. No,
No.
wholesome.
That's
Yeah. Well,
like
I think
a family,
you think-
family company, right?
Yeah, exactly. I think
Yeah.
I think they
You
may
think
have
they got
turned-
big heads?
Yeah, I
because
think
of
they
that,
turned
maybe.
into that. I think that they were just like, oh, you know, we're the one that the common man wants or whatever it is, type of a deal with all their medications. And I was like, I don't know. I'm
It's like they
kind
got
of
the
into Moderna.
moral high
I
ground,
mean,
and then they started
Sometimes you lose that cultural, or that not cultural, but like the uniqueness of something when you go for big masses. You just
That's right.
water it down. It's just like very vanilla.
Yep. Yeah, my favorite
I like
medicine
the
is
flavor.
actually the flavor. Flavors, listen, underrated. First of all, especially when
Like
it comes to
penicillin.
pharmaceuticals.
Come on. Yeah. Yeah.
Got to hit that penny. You know what I mean? You got to hit that penny, especially after a rough trip. You know, I mean, Rocklahoma would have probably been a good time to hit some
Oh.
penicillin. after that, right? I mean,
yeah,
anything you were touching or sitting down on, or any door. I mean, anything.
Sitting down on.
Listen, Andy kind of. So there was a time when we were running around in the Sasquatch suit, and we filmed this. I don't know how long we filmed it for, but there must have been like 300 people that wanted a picture with Sasquatch. So we have a lot of like footage, right?
Mm-hmm.
But one of the things, Andy is kind of absent-mindedly, both of us, this isn't just Andy, he was just the one filming.
Oh, you're gonna tell that story.
I'm like, listen, this will be really funny if you get a shot of Sasquatch coming out of the porta potty, right? I just thought it'd be funny,
right?
It'd be funny.
I thought it would be funny.
Yeah, it was a funny. Like the both of us knuckleheads are like, duh. So we go over.
Sasquatch is just living a normal life. So
yeah, why wouldn't he? Right? He's in the middle of it. And instead of like us using the private one that was back there in the media area, which we didn't have that thought till later. We go to where there's 1,000 people coming out of those lines of porta potties, and Andy's just filming them. And then some guy walks by because Andy's trying to get the shot of me. Right?
And
some guy. The dude walks by and he's like, now you're filming people in porta potties? What is your deal? And Andy's like, you're right.
Yeah, I was like, I started to get mad. I was actually going to be like, what the hell? You want to fight or what? Not fight. But, I was like, trying to come up with a comeback. And my brain was just went finally to, why am I filming people coming out of the porta potties? You're right.
Sometimes you just get like your blinders on and you don't realize that what you're doing looks completely bizarre.
Horrible.
Outside.
It was a horrible idea.
I mean, it would have been a good time for a Sasquatch to like make his way out,
Yep. All for content.
Yeah.
We'll violate anybody for content, honestly. We'll violate anybody for content.
Okay. You could have like a secret knock or something, right? Like maybe for next time.
Yeah,
like, start now.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, that's that. Yeah,
that better.
I go straight for the safe word, but yeah.
Oh gosh,
I'm crying a little bit.
Right. I know, right? It's kind of funny.
That was good.
Those are some.
Yeah, that was
what
bad.
else? Yeah, what are some next plans for Sasquatch and the dynamic duo here?
We have. We'll be in. We should be in Las Vegas here in about a month, or we're. End of the month, this month. Yeah. And then there's a really awesome festival here in Idaho in Boise called Treefort Music Festival. So Treefort has 2 big stages in one of their bigger parks, and then the rest of the venues are in local bars and businesses. And it's one of the coolest things because you're spending a lot of time walking around the downtown sort of historic area of Boise. So we're really excited about that. Andy, what else? Sonic Temple. We have Sonic Temple coming up.
Sonic Temple
in Columbus.
We're trying to do some work at the moment. It sounds like we'll be good to go for Long Beach Warped Tour. Long Beach.
Yeah, talk about classics, hey? Like timeless classics.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Warped Tour.
Also, I've noticed what is like big Creed resurgence here, like which I think is just like hilarious. It's like sometimes it's just legendary. They're making their biggest revival. Well, how many revivals have they had?
Yeah.
I mean,
Creedence Clearwater.
I think that their inception was just a revival of some sort or another.
That is
like
funny.
Creed was. I feel like the first time you heard Creed, that's there's a couple songs there, but the first time you hear
actually, Tim and I have been practicing this one. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Ready? 3,
2, 1.
Can you?
Hello, sorry,
friend.
No, we went. No, we didn't practice it. We didn't practice anything.
Okay, in time through time. In time through time.
Yeah, exactly. In time through time. Exactly. Yeah, we are not on the
not
same.
on time or
not on time.
Yeah.
Yeah, or key.
In time.
No.
In tune. Yeah, in sync. Okay, sorry, you were saying something.
Oh, I just feel like some Creed songs, the first time you hear them, you felt like you knew them your whole life. So, Creed is like that. And also, prayers out to whoever their lead singer is. I know he's going through a rough time. # email me. I'll help you out. But, I think
he looks better than ever.
Really? Oh,
I thought.
You're right. No, you're right.
Outside appearance.
Yeah, you know what? You're probably right. I shouldn't have said that.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Love you, Scott. Stop.
Well, maybe that's intuitive hunch. Yeah, Tim, do you want to share a little? Like, you also have some healing. You are also a healer in the healing work. I think everything that we all do is healing. But
yeah, I mean, yeah. So I am a licensed clinical social worker. So my day job is generally centered around therapy. I have a lot of training in trauma treatment and parasuicidal ideation and things like that. So I spend most of my day talking about those type of things with people, and lending support and helping build skill sets to kind of overcome a lot of the struggles that people have. And the struggles are more common. I wish millennials have done a good job. I use this term millennials, but millennials have kind of done a good job of sort of combating the taboo of mental illness. Right. And I think Gen Z is doing a pretty good job of it as well. And with that, I think that, it's of my opinion that people need to reach out more. If you're struggling or if you're not doing well, it's 100% okay thing to kind of talk about. And so I've done outpatient therapy. And then I have also worked in the corrections line of work for a little while as well too. So I kind of have a bit of a generalist kind of thing going on as far as practice goes, and then I just do some private practice stuff as well. So, but it's super important, I think, to everybody, and not just my work. That sounded really conceited. I'm not very important, but I just mean that the field in general is very important. And so,
yeah, and like being able to reach out and connect with somebody. So if someone wanted to connect with you, how could they find you?
In general, licensure is a weird thing. So if somebody in Idaho wants to connect with me, they can look up my name and my LCSW license and connect with me. That way, I've had people reach out in all sorts of interesting ways. I don't actually know what that's like in Canada because I have done some international work, and for what I do, there's no international regulatory board, but in the United States there is, so I can't cross state lines. But I've had patients in Canada. Shout out to my Canadian patients if you're listening. Just find the closest person to you. If Google the mental health professional near me, or it's also important. And what's funny about it is that when my lungs feel bad or my shoulder feels bad or I'm sick and I'm coughing, we excuse that as I'm not feeling well and it's okay. And we need to go see a doctor and all this kind of stuff to help us feel better. But when it comes to our brain, we should kind of feel the same way. Sometimes our brain feels like it just gets a little bit of a cold, right? Sometimes we're having some symptoms related to that, and it's okay to reach out to somebody. It's okay to go and talk to somebody about it. And it doesn't mean you're going to be in therapy forever. It doesn't mean that they're going to give you medicines that you have to be on forever, or they're going to snow you out or whatever it is. Sometimes it's just like, man, hearing a neutral person's perspective is like huge. So I just encourage everybody to do that if that's where they're at in their life. And if you're not, then don't do it and just continue living your life. But it's really important to me. So,
yeah, thanks for sharing. I can
tell you where to not reach out. It's become a problem. His OnlyFans, it's a side hustle. It's side money.
Well,
we can't find on there the feet.
I got really weird into feet lately. I was just going to say that. It just became
Sasquatch feet.
Yeah,
Bigfoot.
They're hairy. And so I don't know why I got really weird down that path, but I'd certainly, and also toe rings. I get too much with the toe rings. I don't know. I chain them together and do.
You want to know a funny story?
A chain toe ring.
Sorry, I know you guys are in a serious. I'm bad.
No. Yes, serious.
Not bad.
Well, we have 4 minutes.
Oh.
No, go for it.
A funny thing that we always joke about is I think Tim tries to do therapy on me like in a roundabout way a lot.
Secret therapy, yeah.
I've figured it out though. I'm on to him. And then I don't know why, but I was thinking about Tim's feet during that conversation a little bit about Tim's feet. And one time we were doing this thing with it for Avenged Sevenfold community. They call them spaces on Twitter. And I'm like, Tim, come help me host this or whatever. you know, and Tim was like helping me host these every once in a while. Well, he gets in and he's in the bathtub. Like you can hear him. You can hear him like he's like, I'm here. He's the co-host, and you can hear like bathwater, like
yeah.
And I think he took a picture. His self-care with work.
Yeah, for sure. You know, and I just listen. I enjoy my baths, but I have to say that there's not really tubs that fit me. I'm 6'6", right? And so I displace a lot of water. So really only fill it up like an inch. And then when I sit down, it just kind of comes
The water gets cold fast, I bet.
It does. Water gets cold fast. But yeah, I'm an avid bath taker. I like long walks on the beach. What else can I tell you about that? No.
Yes, good. So we can all spam your Sultans of Slack's account. Sultans of Slack. That's
for sure.
Yeah.
TikTok, Instagram. What else? Website.
Yes, website.
Slack.com. All of our social media is at Sultans of Slack because nobody else, as we joked earlier, wanted that name.
Yeah,
we got it. We also air
I mean, it's
live
proud. You just be a proud owner of your Slack. You know.
That's right.
Yeah. Slack. It's a style.
Yeah.
I mean, and you're lucky to have Tim here, you know, counterbalancing the action.
The slacking.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's
slacking
true.
with purpose.
I
love it.
We're also live on Metal Fortress Radio on Monday nights. I think at like 7
Eastern. I think 7 Eastern.
5 our time. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
All right. Doing the same old thing.
That's right.
No, you guys are a blast. Thanks so much. Yeah. Thanks for tuning in this time.
We're not live on Metal Fortress Radio. It's a recorded show. Sorry, I just corrected myself.
Well, yeah. Right, we're live right now.
I'm barely listening to you at all.
You do it live, and then it's recorded. So
yes, that's right.
Either way, you have to show up.
Can we do the Bill O'Reilly? Do it live. Never mind.
Not familiar.
We don't have that on
Look it up on YouTube.
Okay.
Gosh, I can't hold your hand for everything.
Yeah. All right. Well, it is kind of that time where we have to wrap it up here. So this is the Language of Healing on W4WN.com. We are live every Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern time. And you can find all the replays on things like YouTube and the website, languageofhealingpodcast.com. And also on Instagram. All the things. I haven't tried TikTok yet.
You should.
Maybe
it's fun.
Get into it.
I've heard. It's another thing. It'll take up some time, but it's maybe a worthwhile venture.
Maybe not. Because they keep trying to ban it anyway. Well, you're in Canada. You'll be fine.
Yeah. I don't think we're allowed to really make money off of those things. You know, like to promote and, I mean, if that's what you're doing it for,
right?
Business and stuff.
Their algorithm is superior, so it's easy to reach a lot of people. I would recommend jumping on there and I don't know. Test the waters.
Yeah. Alrighty. Okay. Well, thanks again, guys. Tune in next week on the Language of Healing.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you so much.
Thanks,
Nicole.
Andy and Tim. You guys are a blast. So all the best and happy Sasquatch hunting or finding.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, Juan. See you next week.
Wow, what a show today. And the journey does not stop here. Come travel the world with Nicole every Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time as together we become more fluent in the language of healing on W4WN Radio and Talk4 TV. See you next week.